102 Jams. Listen to me every day, 3 to 7, playing your best hip-hop and throwbacks. Now back to my boys Bonte and Shasky right here on 95.7 The Game.
Hey, inhale, exhale with my flow. You know, it's so funny how Kings fans, Deuce Mason, I see you out there on the chat, Deuce Mason, Mo, Deuce and Mo, Kenny and D-Lo and Trista Crick, who became a Sacramento Kings fan 3 weeks ago. They're calling Warrior fans insecure. They're calling us insecure. Wow. How are Warrior fans insecure? We talk, care about the team. I don't get caught up in Twitter because that's like 5% of Dub Nation.
5%?
If that. If that.
Less than 3% of Americans have active Twitter accounts.
Get off of Twitter.
To say that it's a portion of a fam is just ridiculous.
Fake internet crap.
I mean and Warrior fans are insecure? Really?
You know what's funny? You and I have gone to war with so many different cities.
Yep.
I've got something prepared after we go to Carlos. I'm ready to meet you halfway.
Are you ready? Frisco Shasky?
I am.
Are you ready to match that energy? Because I need you.
Yeah, and what I'm going to say is not going to be fair to a lot of people, but it's real. And it'll probably isolate some of my own family members who have moved up there, but let's call the real after we talk to Carlos.
Oh, boy. Well, Carlos is not there yet, so we'll go to the lines.
Let's go to the lines.
Let's start with James and Hercules, and we'll get to Doug and Steve before Carlos. James, Hercules, what's happening, my man?
Hey, what's up, man? First time caller, long time listener, man. The content, you guys are on fire today. Hey, but I just wanted to point out, that last caller that said you guys sent to RJ at lunch, man, that was so hilarious. But look, I'm a Laker fan, so you guys got to forgive these Kings fans because I remember when Shaq and Kobe was stomping a mud hole in them, they would show Shaq before the game started, sitting on the bench, looking up at the Pacific Division banners, and ooh, I'm scared. So you got to forgive them, man. They get delusional when the playoffs start. Just go smack them around and then come see us next round. Have a good day, man.
All right, James, see you next round. Steve, Santa Cruz, what's happening? You're on the roast.
What's up, guys? Absolutely love your show. Thanks for having me. You guys are awesome. You guys are on fire today. I just wanted to say you guys are talking about asterisks. The only two asterisks that come to mind in recent memory, take Draymond out of the finals, Cavs win. Take KD and Clay out of the finals, Toronto wins. I don't think so if they're all healthy. Thanks, guys.
Anytime. We know the real. Real quick, Doug in Berkeley, before we get to Carlos Ramirez. Doug, what's happening? You're on the roast.
Hey, it's happening this morning. You guys are on fire.
Thank you.
Fire. I just want to say, I want to just put a little love on Mike Brown's name. I believe it was a week ago that Bonte, you said, no doubt, Coach of the Year, no question, nobody else, no doubt. I think it'll be a 6-game series.
Doug, you sound like a robot right now. Give us a call back. Doug. You sound like a robot. But Mike Brown deserves Coach of the Year, no doubt. He does. Kings, they had a great year. Great year. Yet they finished with 4 more wins than the Golden State Warriors. And we think this was a lousy regular season. See the difference here? There's levels to this, Sacramento. There's levels. You're not there yet. It's okay. It's part of the process. Sacramento. It's all good. Come back next season. Build off of this. And maybe you'll get to the second round. Carlos Ramirez. It was a great job on Giants pre- and post-game. Also the 49ers pre- and post-game host on NBC Sports Bay Area. Carlos, my man, what is happening this morning?
I'm really happy for the fans up in Sacramento because they deserve to be happy. I'm just sad it's going to be over so quickly.
Oh, damn. I like that, Carlos. I didn't think you had trash talk in you.
17 years, and you get the GOAT? That's unfair. I'm sorry, Sacramento. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry.
All right. Are you sorry about the standing ovation Alex Wood received yesterday in the 5th inning? No, I'm kidding. He pitched well. The Giants with a clean win, 5-0. Limit the Dodgers to 3 hits. Boy, did they need that win, Carlos. Did they need that win?
Yeah, they did. They did. Everyone did. The defense was really good. Blake Sable behind home plate was stellar on the blocking side of his game, which is something we haven't seen before. We know he can hit. The blocking, which is basically catching, was really good. And Gabe Kapler was in his bag yesterday. I mean, he got criticized, and I think deservedly so, last Saturday because of the Stripling situation against the Royals. But yesterday, man, he pulled every single bag, every single trick. He did everything perfectly. The bullpen stepped up. The offense was clutch. That was the best win. I know it's early still, but that was the best all-around win for the Giants this season.
Yeah, and I do believe, like, all the hype around the pitching, I never subscribed to it. I do believe they have a long way to go when it comes to pitching. The one area I do subscribe is there are some positive bats to talk about. David VR looks legitimate. He's a young player. I'm really excited about him. Shown some positional versatility, made some nice plays at third, solid at second base. Yastrzemski's swing looks like it's coming back around. Obviously, Conforto has shown flashes of why, the Giants coveted him in free agency. I like where the bats are at right now, Carlos.
And they're going to get better, Joe. They're going to get better. Mitch Haniger's going to come into this team at some point and give him a legit right-handed power hitter. We showed some numbers yesterday. Their current strikeout rate is just not sustainable. These are guys that put the ball in play. As of today, they're last in MLB in contact rate. So and they're a team that's built on contact. So that's going to go up. Every other hitting peripheral or stat or metric is really good. Beyond the strikeouts. And once they get that under control, I had a conversation yesterday with Wilmer Flores about how the pitch clock is affecting him specifically on a rhythm standpoint. He feels rushed, and he said something. Listen, when I'm playing first base or even third, and I'm the first guy up the next half inning, it's a race, man. I mean, I'm pacing out there. I'm trying to catch my breath, take my stuff off, put my helmet on, put my batting gloves on. It's a race. And now you're seeing what J.D. Davis is doing, Joe, is he's taking his hitting timeout before the at-bat. I mean, before he even gets there. So he takes a timeout so he can catch a breather, gather himself, figure out some stuff, and then step into the hitter's box and just go hit. So I think some of these guys like Wilmer Flores, Jock Peterson, Michael Conforto, they didn't go through the pitch clock through the minors, so it's maybe taking some time for them to adjust, but they're figuring it out, and once they do, this team should hit significantly better because the strikeouts will go away. Or not away, but will go down.
Carlos Ramirez, Giants pre- and post-game host on NBC Sports Bay Area, also double dips with the 49ers as well. David VR, man, looks like a guy you could build around. This guy looks like a player, sneaky speed, playing all over the infield. I like what I see from VR. Too. I want to see this guy play every day, Carlos.
I agree, Bonte. This guy, he can hit for power. When he got called up last season for the second time in September 2nd, do you know how many players in the National League have hit more home runs than him since September 2nd until today?
I don't think
none.
None, right?
Can you guess?
None, right?
Well, up until a couple days ago, it was none. Now, up until now, updated, it's only 3, and not by a lot. It's Pete Alonso,
Polar Bear.
It's Kyle Schwarber, and Brian Reynolds.
Wow.
Brian Reynolds.
Yeah, Brian Reynolds has a hell of a start for the Pirates.
He wants out of there.
Yeah,
he's on fire. He's on fire. So he can hit for power, and now he got his first home run out of the way. His first Oracle Park home run, that's out the window. He got it yesterday. He can play first, second, or third. He is really good. Defensively, right now, his outs above average are really good, like up there, really good. He can hit the ball hard. He can hit for power, for contact. I think he could be. And here's the thing now. Maybe he is the answer going forward, guys, for the San Francisco Giants shortstop conundrum. You're going to, what? Does he play shortstop? No, he doesn't. But if he can be the everyday third baseman, and you can push now Casey Schmidt to shortstop, then that's a solution for the future. Because as of today, I have no idea who's going to be the shortstop for 2024 and going forward. I don't know if Luciano is the answer.
I don't think so.
I don't know. Maybe not, because the Giants know something. Why would they go out and get Correa for the future?
Well, he looks. I watched a bunch of training videos that Kai Correa put on YouTube, and again, I'm just going off my naked eye, but you see how certain guys receive the ball, and Luciano's just big and kind of stiff, and the hands just aren't they're not as receptive as some of the other guys. Like they had Dubon on there, and Dubon wasn't the greatest shortstop, but he looked so much better and so much more organic and natural fielding grounders as opposed to Luciano. So I don't think he is. Me personally, I don't think he's a shortstop.
No, and I agree with you. This is a conversation. I had this conversation last year with Ron Wotus. He said, as of today, maybe, but I mean, he wasn't opposed to seeing him playing third, maybe
right,
like Tatis does now with the Padres in the field. So if you have Villar in third, Schmidt in shortstop, and if Luciano develops into the hitter we all think he could be and stays healthy, and the back just leaves him alone, the back issues he's had, then you have your left fielder going forward. But as of today, I love going back to Villar. He has done everything right, right mindset, good clubhouse guy, great guy. I mean, what's not to love?
I know. I'm a big VR guy. He's got the lower body too, which a lot of the great corner infielders, he's not Adrian Beltre. That's like one of the gold standards of the position. But you look at the lower body, he's got a baseball guy's build. Shortstop's interesting that you keep referencing. I think Thairo Estrada is their most underrated player by far. I think he's just a solid ball player. Like he just makes plays out there on offense, and he's got great speed, good instincts running the bases. Not the greatest defensively, and that's where I look at backup shortstop, and I'm like, we got to see Casey Schmidt at some point here, right? Like, we've got to. They don't really have a backup shortstop.
No, they don't. You're right. I mean, Thairo was signed when he was signed by the Yankees long time ago. He was signed as a shortstop, but I mean, that's as of today. That's it's him or Wisely when he's back up with the team. The guys who can play shortstop behind Crawford. But for this year's purpose, it's Crawford. Then I would say it's Estrada and Wisely as a backup plan. So, again, I had a chat with Ron Wotus, who'll be on the show with us in a couple of weeks. Wody, who has seen him, more than I have playing shortstop, I'm talking about Schmidt right now, he thinks he needs more reps down in Sacramento playing shortstop at that level, and then we'll see if he can do it. I think he can, going off of what I'm seeing for him, both on spring training and with Sacramento, but